Hi guys, it's Katie from Yarn Society, and today we'll be making the Rustic Tree Ornament. We're going to get right into it with the supplies. You will need worsted weight yarn. I use Knit Picks Comfy Worsted, an e-crochet hook, scissors, yarn needle, a stitch marker, and then you can use twine or yarn that you have on hand to put the ornament together, and I will link this one below. And then I also used a Lean's fabric glue to glue the ornament together, but that's also an optional step. To get started, we are going to work on the top layer, and this is the smallest of the layers. We're going to do this one together. We're going to start out with a magic circle. So I'm going to make a slip knot. I'm going to wrap the yarn around 2 fingers. I'm going to push that back piece to the front and then pull it straight up. This will make your slip knot. You can use that tail to adjust it. And then what I'm going to do is make a magic circle from this. I am going to set myself up. I'm going to put my middle finger in that slip knot. And then I'm going to hold the end piece with my ring finger. I'm going to insert my hook in the ring. I'm going to pull up a loop and then just make 1 chain. Now we're going to make 6 single crochet into this ring to make a magic circle. So we have single crochet 1, 2, and at this point you can undo your fingers and just crochet inside the ring. So this is 3, 4, 5, and 6. I have a separate tutorial that I'll link below that goes a little bit slower and shows you this magic circle. So you can pull your yarn tight, and then I'm going to place a stitch marker on the last stitch of round 1. I'm going to count my stitches here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Your first stitch of round 2 will be that first V stitch here. And then this little bump is just that first chain that you made for your magic circle. So we're going to start round 2. And round 2 starts with an increase, which means 2 single crochet in the same stitch. It's a little tough to get under that first stitch. Then we're going to do 1 single crochet and place another single crochet into that same stitch. Now we're going to do a single crochet in the next 2 stitches. So we're going to do our first single crochet in the first stitch and another single crochet in the second stitch. Now we're going to do another increase. So we're going to add 2 single crochet here. And then we're going to do a single crochet in the next 2 stitches. So we have 1 and 2. We're going to change our stitch marker to the last stitch of round 2. And then I'm going to cinch my middle shut. It does open for the first few rounds. So for round 3, we're going to do 1 increase. We're going to do that's single crochet 1, single crochet 2, and then we're going to single crochet in the next 3 stitches. So we have 1 single crochet in 1 stitch, 2, and then another single crochet in that 3rd stitch. Then we're going to do another increase, and then we're going to single crochet in the next 3 stitches. So we have 1 in 1 stitch, 2, and 3. You may have to cinch your magic circle closed one more time, and then we're going to change our stitch marker to the last stitch of the round. So for round 4, we're going to do 1 increase, and then we're going to single crochet in the next 4 stitches. Our last single crochet, and then we're going to do another increase. So that's single crochet 1 and 2, and then we're going to single crochet in each of the next 4 stitches. Okay, we're reaching our last single crochet of round 4, and then we're going to change our stitch marker and move on to round 5. So for round 5, it's increase, single crochet in the next 5 stitches. So So in the first stitch, we'll be making an increase, and then we're going to single crochet in the next 5 stitches. Then we're going to make another increase and single crochet in the next 5 stitches. Okay, so we're going to move our stitch marker, and then for round 6 we're going to make 1 increase, and then we're going to single crochet in the next 6. So here's our increase, single crochet 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, and then we're going to make another increase, and then single crochet in the next 6. Okay, so we're going to change our stitch marker, and we're going to move on to round 7, and we're going to do an increase in the first stitch, and then we're going to single crochet in each of the next 7 stitches. Here's 7, and then we're going to do another increase, and then we're going to finish off by putting a single crochet in the next 7. Here's 6, and here's 7. Change your stitch marker. For round 8, we're going to do something a little different. In that first stitch, we're going to place 3 single crochet, then a slip stitch, then 3 single crochet, and then a slip stitch. So here we're going to place 3. So we have single crochet 1, in the same stitch 2, in the same stitch single crochet 3, and then we're going to do a slip stitch in the next stitch. So you're going to yarn over, and you're going to pull it right through the stitch. So now we're going to do 3 single crochet in the next stitch. This is 1, 2, and 3, and then you're going to make a slip stitch in the next one. In the next stitch, we're going to do 3 single crochet, and then make a slip stitch. We're going to continue that all the way until the end, until you get to the stitch marker. Okay, so we're at the end, and our last stitch is a slip stitch. We're going to put that in, and we are done with our top layer. So this is our smallest layer. You can take out your stitch marker, and then what we're going to do is cut the yarn, leaving a long piece. You can either fasten off, or you can do a seamless join like we're doing here. What you'll do is pull the yarn straight out, and then grab your yarn needle and thread that yarn through the yarn needle. You'll pull your stitch over so you see where your last stitch was made, and you'll move one over to the left. You will put your yarn needle underneath both loops of that stitch and pull it through. Then you'll find the last stitch that you made, that slip stitch, and you'll put your needle right down the middle of the V of that stitch. And then you'll pull through. You can make a tug, and then that will be your seamless join. From here, you want to weave in both ends so you can pop this inside out so you can get to that other piece, and just weave in the ends and cut off the excess yarn. So we finished with our top piece, And I went along and made the middle piece and the bottom piece because they're basically the same pattern. You're just adding on a few more increases. So here are the different sizes. And what we'll do from here is put this together. Grab a long piece of twine or yarn. I usually start with about 12 to 18 inches. What you'll do is thread your yarn needle into that twine or the yarn, and then you're going to make a knot on the end of the piece. So here I just bring two pieces together, wrap it around my finger, and make a knot. And then I'll make a double knot just to make sure it's secure. And the twine works really well because it's stiff, but if you have yarn, you may need to make a few more knots to make it a bigger knot to go into that piece. So here we made our knot and we have our yarn needle on the hook, or on the twine. We're going to go into the biggest piece and we're going to go right down the middle into round 1. So put your yarn needle through the bottom. And then this is the optional step, especially if you're selling this piece. I would put a dab of glue onto the knot so that when you pull it up, it will eventually dry and stay in place. If you are giving it to family and friends, the twine really helps to keep it in place, but if you are selling it, I would really highly recommend to put the glue in. So grab your middle size and put the yarn needle right down the middle of round 1. And again, if you're selling this, I would just put a little bit of glue on the big piece, and then just be careful when you're smushing down that middle piece. And you can always put it on after the fact too. Just put a little bit there and on the other side, and then grab your needle and do it with the last piece. So put that through round 1, and then add your glue if you're using glue. Add it all the way around, and then just get the ornament in the place that you like it. So from here, I'll cut the yarn, and then I'll leave a big enough space for hanging on a tree, and I'll just make a double knot. And then just snip off the excess piece of twine, and your ornament is ready to go. These seriously are my favorite project to do ever because they're so quick. They look amazing in any color, and they're just really fun. I hope you guys liked this tutorial, and if you did, please subscribe to my channel for more crochet alongs and crochet tutorials in the near future. Thanks so much.